November 24th, 1971. Portland, Oregon. A man calling himself Dan Cooper boards a Northwest Orient flight to Seattle. He was a quiet, unassuming man. Dark suit, black tie, sunglasses. He was polite. He ordered a bourbon and soda, and he carried one briefcase. Just after takeoff, he hands the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner, a folded piece of paper. She tucks it into her pocket, assuming it's a phone number. Cooper leans in and whispers the words that instantly freeze her blood. "Miss, I have a bomb in my briefcase." He was not a terrorist. He was not a murderer. He was the most successful, most audacious criminal in American history. Tonight, we unseal the file on D.B. Cooper. The threat was real. Cooper opens the briefcase, briefly revealing the contents: dynamite and wires. His demands were simple, precise, and practical. $200,000 in unmarked, non-sequential $20 bills. And 4 parachutes. 2 main, 2 reserve. The plane circled Seattle for 2 hours while the FBI scrambled to meet his demands. The ransom was paid. The plane landed. The money and parachutes were brought on board. Cooper, true to his word, released all 36 passengers and 2 flight attendants. But he wasn't finished. He ordered the plane to take off again, flying slow, low at 10,000 feet, and with the landing gear down. Destination: Reno, Nevada. The flight was quiet. Only the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and flight attendant Tina Mucklow remained. Cooper went to the rear of the plane. The Boeing 727 was unique. It had a set of stairs, the air stairs, that could be lowered while the plane was in the air. At 8:13 p.m., somewhere over the dense, freezing wilderness of southwestern Washington, a warning light flashed in the cockpit. The rear air stairs were down. Cooper clipped a parachute to himself, tied the $200,000 ransom to his body, and disappeared into the night. He took nothing but the money and the clothes on his back. The plane landed safely in Reno. The FBI immediately realized they didn't know who he was, where he was, or if he had even survived the jump. The hunt began immediately. The search was massive. FBI agents and National Guardsmen combed the rugged forests for months. They found nothing. Investigators found the parachute Cooper took was an older, faulty military model. Crucially, one of the reserve parachutes he demanded was completely unusable and had been sewn shut. Did Cooper know? Did he take the jump knowing the odds were stacked against him? The FBI determined the survival rate of that jump was virtually zero. The media quickly picked up the story, calling him D.B. Cooper, a name that stuck, even though his ticket was purchased as Dan Cooper. The FBI interviewed over 800 suspects. They followed thousands of leads. They spent decades investigating the case. It remains the only unsolved skyjacking in U.S. history. For 9 years, the mystery deepened. The man, the money, the parachutes were all gone. Then, in 1980, a young boy named Brian Ingram was digging on a beach along the Columbia River. He found 3 bundles of rotting $20 bills. The serial numbers were checked. They were confirmed to be part of the D.B. Cooper ransom. $5,800 of the original $200,000 was found. The money's location suggested the plane had crashed further north, not over the main search area. The discovery created a new enigma. Did the money wash up on the riverbank because Cooper died soon after his jump? Or did he bury the rest and vanish under a new identity? D.B. Cooper was a myth, a criminal anti-hero. He forced the FAA to invent the Cooper vane, a device installed on all 727s to prevent the air stairs from opening mid-flight. The FBI has dozens of suspects. A man named Richard McCoy, who executed a similar skyjack, was long thought to be Cooper. But the evidence never fully matched. The skyjacker who asked for a bourbon and disappeared with a fortune remains a ghost. A ghost whose money is still washing up on riverbanks. The file on the ultimate escape artist remains unsealed. We post new investigations every single day. Subscribe to Dark Files Unsealed. The Dark Files are waiting.